Hi guys, just wanted to let you know you don't have to watch the movie in order to listen to the show. There won't be any spoilers because they haven't seen the movie. All they've done is watch the trailer, which is all you have to do. Or don't, doesn't matter. You can still listen and laugh. Okay, that's all. Enjoy the show.
Are you listening?
Welcome to the Real and Real Pod. My name is David, and I'm here with my co-host, Marcy.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever watched a movie and thought to yourself, hey, what if this happened in real life? That's what this show's about.
Yes, and then we come up with a few points to discuss the question.
And what's the question, Marcy?
What if everyone was hunted by their in-laws based off the movie Ready or Not?
So, at midnight, you have to play a game.
Why
It's just something we do when someone new joins the family.
a game? What game?
Grace couldn't be happier after she marries the man of her dreams at his family's luxurious estate.
A stay.
Oh, fancy.
Okay.
There's just one catch. She must now hide from midnight until dawn while her new in-laws hunt her with guns, crossbows, and other weapons. So, Marcy, do you want to see this movie?
I do.
Ooh.
In a weird way.
Surprise, surprise.
I think it'd be like scary, and that's why I'm just like, I'm not that type of movie person, but at the same time, it also seems like it's kind of going to be funny. Like there's some funny aspects to it to where it's like, oh, we really have to do this, or parts like, you killed the maid, or things of that nature. It's just, I don't know. It seems dark, scary, but also funny. What about you? Do you want to see it?
I also want to see this.
Mm.
I don't think it'll be scary because here's one thing we gotta believe in. I mean, that we know. No ghosts, no kind of demons, nothing like that. Nothing crazy like that. So that's positives. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a fun movie. I'm really interested in this one. But moving on.
Yeah.
So let's start with our points. Marcy.
Yeah.
What if everyone was hunted by their in-laws? What you got?
So my first point is that there'd be no more marriages, not even common law marriages.
That makes complete sense.
Yes, it does.
But what happens to the people who are already married?
Then you know what?
Are common law marriages legit in every state, or is it different?
No, some states don't do it. So like Florida and Georgia do not recognize common law marriages.
Got
New York
you.
does. I think it's after 10 years. And
Do you like common law marriages?
No.
I also think it's dumb. I think
Yes.
it was made up by a person who wanted half of somebody's stuff. We're basically married. We've been together for forever. It's like common law.
Honestly, it's just something that I'm just like, because I've seen this happen. It's like people will be dating and they'll like live together and date and be through years, have kids together and everything, but they will never get married. They'll never get engaged, nothing. And then as soon as they put a ring on it, so to speak, that's when everything goes to pot. They're like, you don't do this. And it's like, I haven't done this for the past 6 years, 10 years, 12 years. The only thing is, before you were like, oh, if you don't do this right, I technically have the freedom to leave and I can be single if I want to, because I can just say, oh, I cheated on my boyfriend because we're not married. Yeah, I've seen people do that. And then as soon as you get married, it's like, oh, can't do that because now the cheating is a lot more because, oh my gosh, we're married, have the same last name.
Maybe.
Yeah. I also don't understand all those people that are like, you live together and have kids. It's been like 6 to 8, 10 years now. And you've moved in together, lived together, have quote unquote assets together in a sense, because you can't really have assets together because you're still an entity and they're still an entity. You're two separate entities. And then I'm thinking, like, how does that work for the kids? Because like, you don't have the same last name. Mom don't got the same last name. And then on top of that too, like if anything happens to the spouse, like you're left high and dry. Like you don't get life insurance. You don't get anything. Because they technically can't name you because you're not a spouse.
You know why I think it goes to pot, like you said?
Mm-hmm.
I think because for some possible reason, which I don't understand why, people expect differently from the person that they've been with forever. It's
Right.
like, oh, I thought you do more
After we got
After we
married.
got married, even though we've been together for like 7 years and you've been the same.
Right. I think
What
after
would
year
change?
4. After year 4, if you realize ain't nothing happening,
Yeah.
I think you should, stop trying.
But why were you with that person if you didn't like this thing and you thought marriage would change them?
Right.
Because they would just be the same and it would amplify.
Right.
I don't
Because
understand that.
Now it's like, oh, to get away from you, quote unquote, away from you, I have to go through a lot more paperwork and time and heartache and issues.
Weird.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my first point. No more marriages and everything. Because if everybody's like in-laws is trying to kill you, I don't need to get married to you. Nope. We can just be boo-thangs and that's it.
Cool.
So what's your first point?
Oh yeah, but what happens to the people that are already married?
Oh yeah, you did ask that. If they still have in-laws.
What if they still? Yeah, yes.
No. I mean, if they still have in-laws, and then they haven't passed away.
No, they're hunted by their in-laws. Hence the question.
Well, then you know what? Let's hope your in-laws are terrible, and they just try to hunt you for like a little bit, and then they get tired.
Oh, okay. They're old.
Unless you have that in-law that really don't like you, but they're like, you know what? You make my son happy, but I still hate your guts.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Now they're in for the long game.
Gotcha.
Now you won't ever eat anything over at their house again. It's like, my mom made a peach cobbler for you. I'm okay. But you love her peach cobbler. Yeah, but I'm okay now. I don't need it anymore. Don't you know I'm gluten free now? It's gluten free, babe.
There's murder inside of it. You should know that. My first point is that murder would be legal.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
But you know why? This is not for the in-laws. This is for the person who is surviving the in-laws. Because they're hunting you. How long are they going to do this? For the rest of your life? You ain't got time to be living like that.
No.
With always looking over your back of your shoulder. Unless you move, I guess. You can move.
Technically, yeah.
And live in a glass house. And
a glass circular house?
Yes. With cameras everywhere.
Oh, boy.
And drones watching the perimeter.
Oh.
That's very depressing, but
it is.
But
you'll also have to be an exhibitionist because everything gonna be seen.
Yeah, what now?
An exhibitionist because everything gonna be seen.
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
If you live in a glass house, everybody gonna see you.
Oh, and you have to be a what now?
Exhibitionist.
Exhibitionist. What an interesting way to say that.
What?
Just seems very interesting. But anyway, you mean you have to be okay with being nude?
Yes, everywhere, all the time.
Okay. Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but
because what if your bathroom has a little frost on it? But it's in the middle of the building. Through. But there are cameras everywhere still.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what? Not necessarily, because what if there are mirrors at the top of the bathroom? Like angled so you can see around you, but no one can see in. Maybe
you know
it's a one-way
glass.
Yeah,
okay.
Just about to say that. There we go.
Hey.
There we go.
You can see out, but they can't see in.
Exactly. So you see them. I was like, I see you, Mr. Johnson. Oh no.
Oh my gosh, how would you ever leave your house though? Because then you can't tell if somebody broke in and like
you work from home.
But you just said no. But you also just said that they has cameras and drones and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work from home.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, that's my first point is that murder would be legal for the people who are getting hunted so you can fight back, and, just be at peace because you got to kill them back, so they don't attack you.
So your in-laws, you're going to kill them.
Yes.
Okay. And it'd be allowed because it's like it's either that or...
And I don't go to jail for that. So there you go.
Ooh, I feel bad for those okay, so like the Duggars?
No,
like
I don't know what that is.
The 16 Kids and Counting?
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, so on TLC, there's a show with a family last name the Duggars, and the show is called 16 Kids and Counting.
Because they have 16 kids.
I think it's actually gone up to 18 kids or 20 kids. I think they're at 20 kids and counting.
Are they adopting children or just having
No, they're
babies?
having kids.
Okay, is this for a record?
No.
Just for a TV show?
No. I think for their religion, they don't believe in birth control or anything like that.
That doesn't mean you have to keep having
sex. Yep, exactly.
That also doesn't mean you can't retract before.
Again, yep, exactly. But
So yeah, this is for the TV show, basically.
Yeah, no, because they had already had I think before it was 15 kids, and she was pregnant, and then that's when they pitched it, and she's like, I want to keep having kids until I can't have kids no more.
It's for a TV show.
Yeah, true, probably. Either way,
because I'm sure they would have. If there was no cameras, they would eventually. We got enough. Let's just. But yeah. So
either way,
about them.
So a bunch of kids and counting, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 20 kids.
Yeah.
If all of them get married, that's a lot of parents.
But that's betting on all of them getting married. What if they don't?
True.
There we go. And what if not necessarily that means that they get married to someone who has parents? What if the parents passed away?
Yeah, but
what if they don't know their parents?
But then the female has to worry about where if they marry one of their kids and the other not female, if they marry one of the Duggars kids and that kid has to worry about those parents coming after them.
They're too busy having sex and making babies, apparently,
and dealing with all their children.
Yeah, it's dealing with all their children. They're gonna try. It's like, we'll get to you next week. She just had another one. I'm like, oh my gosh, no, too much. I
think she stopped because she had twins and they came out really premature.
Slow down, lady. Slow down. Give yourself a break. Give your body some time to recover. Who's point we're on?
Your first point.
Okay. What's your second point?
My second point is that mercenaries are on the rise.
Mercenaries.
Mercenaries.
People to
hitmen.
murder. Who?
So these in-laws, they're tired. They don't want to hunt you. They're just like, whatever. So they either hire a really good person because they want to hunt you, but they're just like terrible at it and they know they're bad.
Gotcha.
And they're like, listen, this is my duty. I got to try and kill you. And then if you survive, cool, I'm done. Right? Or they're like, I really like you, but now this is the law. I got to try and like kill you. And I know I'm a really good shot, so I'm going to hire like.
Why do they sound like this? It's ugly.
I don't know.
Stop it, please.
I was almost done.
No, I can't.
So they're going to hire somebody and they're like a terrible person, myself. When it comes to shooting things, I have no aim.
But you might have a knife.
I have.
I didn't say you were throwing it, but you're just stabbing people. Or a sword.
Stab.
Ah? Yeah, or a bow and arrow, or a slingshot.
Ooh, a slingshot.
There we go. You just wanted to fancy. Ooh, a slingshot. Oh yeah.
I like that one. I was gonna go bow and arrow, and I'm like, no, I'm actually pretty decent with a bow and arrow.
There you go. Hunger Games.
Oh no, I ain't no Katniss level.
You
Nah, fam.
Katniss. Come on now.
Nah,
Get
she
your
got little
Katniss
bitty
on.
bows. I got big bows. I like
Exactly. That means you're ultra Katniss.
Oh my god.
There you go.
But yeah, so like they hire mercenaries because they're like either I'm terrible at this and I have to and I don't want you alive anymore, or it's, you know what, maybe they have a time period and they have to hire a mercenary in a time period, like within the first year of you being married to my child, I have to try and kill you.
What happens if they murder both the kids?
I didn't even think of that.
What if they both succeed and they end up murdering both the kids? It's like, well, we did it. Now we don't have grandchildren.
At that point, I think it'd be like a Romeo and Juliet or a like Katniss and Peeta situation, to where it's like, do it and we kill each other. It's like, wait, nope, that's my job. No.
They still murder each other. So it's just like, that's it. That's funny.
But yeah, so mercenaries, and they have a year. That's their standpoint. Because like in the movie, they have one night.
I don't know if this is one of your points, but what if people marry people they hate it?
It wasn't. I was thinking about that, but I'm like, I don't know how to expound on that. But that would be priceless.
Murder them.
They in for the long game because they had
That's
to
a
go
long
through
con.
dating.
Yes. Not necessarily. What if it was like they get the person drunk? And that would be crazy if we went to Vegas and got married right now. And then they go to Vegas. Bam, done. I know how people always say Vegas because you can get married anywhere.
You really can.
You just have to have someone who's, what's the thing called?
An ordained minister.
Yeah, ordained minister. And you can get those online.
Heck, walk into a church. You ordained? Bet.
Yeah, but who knows if that pastor would do that. So there you go.
I mean, sometimes they will. I mean, if you pay them enough.
True. You can pay for
a lot of people are shifty, and they will, if you pay them enough, they will do it.
True. Shh, I'm recording the thing. Okay, shh, I gotta record this thing. Hey guys, so I know what you're thinking. I love the show, but how can I convey how much I adore it? That's easy. Just head over to patreon.com/realandrealpod. That's REELINREALPOD. You can donate $1 to show your support. You'll get some cool stuff in return. It's a thank you from us. You even get a shout out on the show. But what if you don't have an extra $1? And what if you don't love us enough to steal from your great grandma while she's sleeping? Well, you can go to iTunes and give us a rating. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, or just tell all of your neighbors, friends, enemies, and that one weird guy down the street about the show. We appreciate any support. If you're a company that wants us to advertise your product, you can contact us at realandrealpod@gmail.com. Okay, that's it. Enjoy the rest of the show. Okay, my second point. Okay. Secret marriages, obviously. Okay. Secret marriages.
Okay.
We get married on the low. No one knows. We don't wear rings.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do anything like that. Matter of fact, we might even treat each other like friends. Maybe even enemies. I hate her. Then we get in secret. I love you so much, babe. I'm sorry I said those words earlier.
You know what? No, I could see the friends, and it's like, you know what? We're just roommates.
I might be kind of suspect if that was my kid. I might be super suspect.
No, if you like do
Why
like
they
a
always
big-
walking around naked, huh? Because we're so comfortable. I'm not attracted to them at all. Sure. Sure.
Why does her kids look like you?
Oh, they have kids? Oh my gosh. And they didn't explain who the mom was or dad was to the parents? You had a baby by somebody? What's his name? I don't know, Mom. I don't know.
It was just a drunken night,
crazy night. We got to talk about this. Nah, let's just let it go. My friend Brian is going to help me raise the children.
You know what? No, because there's actually.
Why did I like Brian?
No. There's actually a thing. Whatchamacallit? I had read this and then I'd seen it. I had heard it on Steve Harvey, and I know that's not like the most reputable, but you know what?
You've said it. It's facts.
I've read it. I read it somewhere, and it was literally like she was messing around with her sister's husband, and she ended up having kids by her sister's husband, and she was able to play it off for all these years. I think it was like a good 6 to 7 years. She was able to play it off by saying she had a long distance boyfriend that was very busy, and he did a lot of things out of state.
And the kids didn't look like him?
They did, but they never
Then
put two and two together.
she is stupid.
They never. No, they like never put two and two together.
They all are stupid. Okay? I feel like I've been in a situation where I've seen someone like, them definitely them kids. But
yeah.
this is stupid. Stupid.
It is.
Moving on to your last point that's not stupid.
No,
but
what's
that
your
was-
second point?
I did my second point.
What was your second point?
Secret marriages. We
Oh
just
yeah,
talked
secret
about it.
marriages.
Yes.
That was the whole point of that one.
Yes, that's the point. So, stupid. What's your last point?
My last point goes along with the children
Goes along with the children.
that we were just talking about.
The
Illegitimate children are everywhere
Illegitimate children.
because nobody wants to claim them by putting their last name on them or and like whatnot, because then that'll say, "Oh, that's your kid," which means you're more than likely married. So,
No.
in my head, this is what I thought.
More than likely married is completely false. How many people do you know who have a baby and aren't together? Like a bunch.
Well-
remember that year where everyone was having babies and not being married? Remember that? When you were like younger, it was like a span of time.
Yeah, I remember that. And it's like, oh, so who's the dad? That guy. But
Yeah.
he's with that girl.
It was
Yeah.
just like random, like a span of time of people just getting pregnant and not having daddies around.
Right. And
I
you're
think
like,
I knew maybe 1 or 2 girls in my school got pregnant. Maybe 3.
yeah.
This isn't a year. This isn't a specific span of time.
Yes, I know
was
what you're
like,
talking about.
Did y'all get together?
And it's always like a certain year. I think it's like a certain year of high school is when like certain things like that happen. High school or college in that year
I was
frame.
high school. Because college,
Mine
I don't
was high
care.
school.
You do college, whatever. But high school is where it's just like, what?
Yeah, my high school year, I think it was my junior year is when we had the most pregnant people. And it was like from freshmen all the way up to seniors, the most pregnant people.
That's
and I
a
was like,
problem. Stop it.
This is wrong.
Stop it.
I remember
Stop it.
like also my freshman year, there was a lot of kids that were trying to try out because this is when 16 and pregnant was just big.
Trying to try out.
That were trying to get on the show, 16 and pregnant.
Stupid.
So they were 16 trying to get pregnant
stupid.
for the show 16 and pregnant. I'm like, y'all dumb.
Stupid. Okay, my last point. Man, that was stupid. Oh, no, wait. Illegitimate children.
They be everywhere.
Shit.
Everywhere.
I wanted to look up what that meant specifically. Who were legally married to each other. So you have to be legally married and then you're not together to be an illegitimate child.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a divorce?
No, you're married, right?
Gotcha.
You have an affair with someone else who is single. They have a kid. That is your illegitimate child because you're still in a marriage.
Got you. Why?
Because, okay, so everybody that's in a marriage now, yeah, but then they don't, like, they want to get out of the marriage or they, like, lose their, like, they become widowed, which technically, you're still married. Technically, you're still married.
You're not married.
Like I said, technically.
No, technically.
I don't think so.
No one
But
thinks so.
No, there's people that still think so.
Then they're dumb. Legally,
It
you're not
literally
married.
says until death do us part, and then they're like, no, because there's no man. I'm like, no.
Okay, that's people making up stuff. It's not true. So it's like world ain't flat. Okay, so why is there more illegitimate children? Because people are hunting in-laws. I mean, your in-laws are hunting you.
Yeah, because okay, so that hunting is going on, and then you end up like not liking them anymore because their in-laws keep trying to kill you, and it's just like a problem, right? And then on top, well, you know what?
So I
think I thought of this word differently. I mean, I thought of the illegitimate part with the marriage part, but I was thinking more of it, more like baby daddies and whatnot.
I see that or baby mamas. Because you don't get married, but y'all have kids together. I get that because you don't want your in-laws hunting you. The illegitimate part, I don't understand. Because then you got married.
Like I said, I think I thought of this in like with the marriage, but then I also thought of this without the marriage, and then in my head, because of marriage, I used illegitimate.
Different word.
Yeah.
So you just mean more baby mamas and daddies.
Yeah.
Yes. More people not together, basically, but having kids.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, cool. My last point. I don't even have to look at my notes. My last point. Booby traps. Booby traps.
For
Booby
boobs?
trap for your boobs. Gonna trap them in those hands. Booby traps.
I can't. This dance that happened.
But yes,
booby trap
booby
dance.
traps. Because like we were saying earlier about the glass house,
Right.
so you can see all around. But you got to set up some protection. I got to put some spikes or something somewhere in case my in-laws try to come get me. Bam, I heard my alarm go off. They stepped on some spikes. They got trapped. You know how in all those movies they have that person who steps on that rope thing? I mean, the little thing.
And it just snaps them in the air.
Snaps them up in the air. Yeah, either in a net or a rope. Those. So booby traps everywhere. There you go. That's going to probably lead to people not camping anymore because, got them booby traps. But yep. There we go. Booby traps. That's my last point.
I think camping will be gone away with anyway because everybody's trying not to get killed.
That is absolutely true. But you know what? Maybe living in the forest is not gone. Maybe you're Tarzaning it. And you're not camping. You're legit living there. So
you're roughing
you're
it?
like you're up in the trees.
What's it
and
called?
You're looking down.
Off the grid.
You're like, I'm gonna see if they. No, because you still have a house. This one, no house. You're just in the trees. You're looking down. Are they coming for me? Are they trying to kill me? Ooh, I'm watching you.
Not even a tree house.
Maybe some branches.
Oh my god.
Maybe little leaves. Make a little bed. That's all you.
Little bed.
Little bed.
Little bay.
There you go.
Not the bay.
Little bed. Little, there you go, right there. Little soft spot for you to lay your head down.
Make sure there's no
little
snakes.
palm trees to protect you from the water and wind. There you go.
It's a little thatch.
Little thatch right there. There you go. Little hammock. There you go. Made out of branches or one branch that you just lay on. There's your hammock.
You can't even put some vines together for that.
Weak vines. Okay. They couldn't support your weight.
Maybe you need more vines.
Can't find it. There's over here. But yes, that's my last point. So moving on to our next segment, Marcy. Let's say people don't go see this movie. They got some free time. They want to go do something, but they're like, I still want to watch a movie. What movie do you suggest they go see?
My movie is Flushed Away. After an ignoble landing in Ratropolis, a pampered rodent enlists the help of a sewer scavenger in finding his way back to his posh London flat. Getting home is not the only problem, however. A rodent-hating toad wants his notorious cousin Lefrogue to exterminate the pair. This movie is extremely underrated. It is so great. Hugh Jackman, Jean Reno, and Kate Winslet. It's such an underrated movie. It is so great. It really is. Even Rotten Tomatoes gave it a passing score. Plugged In gave it a 4 out of 5. Come on, guys. It's a good movie. So yeah, watch it. It's animated and everything. What's your movie?
My movie can be watched in 35 minutes or less.
God.
My movie is a small mockumentary.
Mockumentary?
Yes. It is called Frankenstein's Monsters, Monster Frankenstein. When actor David Harbour finds lost footage of his father's disastrous televised stage play of a literary classic, he uncovers shocking family secrets. This is on Netflix. For those who don't know who David Harbour is, he's the cop from Stranger Things. This movie was funny to me.
It's Hopper.
Yes, Hopper. It's just a mockumentary of him. Basically, he knows his dad's an actor, and he finds old tapes of his dad's acting, and he tries to figure out what happened on set, what was the drama, everything like that. And his dad's playing Frankenstein's monster, but he's actually Frankenstein, but he hires his assistant to pretend to be him, and there you go. So Frankenstein hires his assistant to pretend to be Frankenstein himself.
Right.
And he, Frankenstein, pretends to be the monster that his assistant, who is pretending to be him, created. Okay. But his mother also lives in the house, but he has to pretend that his assistant is the real son of his mother. And there's a lady he's trying to get funding from who stays there, but the assistant has a crush on her. But she is in love with Frankenstein, or who she thinks is Frankenstein, but it's actually, I mean, she's in love with Frankenstein's monster, but it's actually Frankenstein. And then there's a captain, and there's a niece.
How did you find this?
So for those who know, my one guy friend / Byron, who has been on the show, we were having a movie day. It's horrible. But before we started the movie day, he was like, "Oh, I wanted to see that." I was like, "Oh yeah, I saw that." I wasn't sure what it was because it looked old, but we watched it. So funny. If you understand how documentaries, like if you know documentaries well, then you'll get it completely. You'll love it. It's so good. It was so good. It's smart. That's the thing. It's very smart. But yeah, go check that movie out. Okay. It's only 32 minutes. It's real short. And that's including credits.
Wow. Including the credits.
And there's an after credit scene. But yeah, okay. Go check that out. So Marcy, where can people find you?
I cannot.
Where can they find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at Marcy_11.9. You can also find me on Twitter at Marcy_119. David, where can we find you?
You can find me on Clark Kent Type on Twitter. Also, check out, which should be out by now. It really should be out. If it's not, then I'm not doing a good job. Check out another movie review. It is another show where we have movie reviews, and it's just nothing but movie reviews. It's nothing else. And if I am still doing my job, it comes out every day. So there you go. You get a movie review every single day. And no, it's not random old movies. They are either new movies on Netflix, Hulu, or actually new movies in theaters. Should have said that first. Because I do get screenings, I do get to see them early. So there you go. Try to save you some moolah. But yeah, so all new like movies coming out that previous weekend. If I got a screening, the review for it will come out that week, obviously. So yeah, go check that out. And that show is going to grow and do awesome stuff. Thank you to our listeners. Thank you to our patrons. You keep the show going because you pay for it to be online.
We appreciate all that you do and contribute.
Enjoy the extra stuff on Patreon.
Everyone who's not a patron, go check it out. Like, there's little samples and stuff there to get your, like, you know, your appetite wet. And you're like, ooh, I want to see some more. Let me just drop that dollar.
Sound like a creep. Shout out to Bianca for our intro. Go check her out on Instagram at the Juma brand. She has some great products for sale. Some nice
not even jewelry.
She needs to hurry up and get the Buddha necklace that people keep asking us about. So go find her. And thank you for listening, guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.